Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Batman The Long Halloween Part 1. Now, as you know, the film version of Batman The Long Halloween is a two-part film that is meant to take place in the same continuity with Superman Man of Tomorrow and Justice Society World War II. And as well being based on the 13-issue comic book story Batman The Long Halloween. So the premise of the film is meant to be about Batman and Harvey Dent slowly working together, and we see how the nephew of Carmine Falcone ends up getting murdered, and slowly we do see how Batman, Harvey Dent and Gordon try to put the pieces together and try to figure out who's killing off the Falcone family. And I think for the most part, while I give the film credit, it shows you Batman is still starting out and trying to be a better detective. We also do kind of see how Gordon tries to spend more time with his family, but we do kind of see how he does try to balance it. We also do see how Harvey Dent does try to work things out with his wife Gilda, and it's clear she's got her own problems. And I think with each start of the holiday, we do kind of see how characters spend time with their families. We do kind of see how some characters do get annoyed with each other, but with the typical fashion. I think what I give the film credit is that it does show in a way Batman is trying to figure out who the holiday killer is, and at the same time slowly trying to put the pieces together and not trying to work with Falcone in working with him together due to his connections with Bruce Wayne's father. And I think for the most part, I give the film credit that it's trying to put the pieces together and trying to figure out who the holiday killer is. I mean, even when watching it, it's kind of obvious to who the killer is, and it's kind of like watching the Flash episodes with the Savitar storyline. And usually it's kind of clear that it's going to have that character who has a problem, and it's going to be a bit of a foreshadowing and all that. I think what kind of makes the Falcone family work as villains is some of them do have problems or issues they don't want to face. You can kind of tell his son Alberto does want his father's approval, but it realizes slowly that it's not going to happen. And yeah, we do kind of see that Falcone just wants a worthier successor, which is obviously not going to happen. And I think with Batman The Long Halloween, it really goes back to Bruce Wayne's starting days as Batman and trying to kind of still starting from the ground up. I think Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 is a good introduction to what you're going to get and trying to figure out who the holiday killer is and trying to put one piece from that piece and that piece to that piece. So I think it still deserves a thumbs in the middle. It's kind of alright, kind of okay, but if you aren't a fan of the obvious kind of who's pulling the string storyline, then this is kind of your okay-ish movie. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.